Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to discuss all about how to create a multi-step form using React.js and also Tailwind CSS. So here is the project that we will be building during the video. I enter the name, select the date of birth. I'm going to select the random, select the gender, press next. This is my second step. In the second step, I have contact information and some other details which I need to enter on there. But the cool thing is validation. I click on that. I need to fill all of the information that are required, right? And also cool feature is when I press previous, I am getting the same result that I have entered on earlier. So let's try to add the details. Press next. This is my third step. In the third step, I just enter few things like newsletter subscription and push notification. If you want to enable or disable that, you can do that. The next one is doc mode or theme. Language, I'm going to select the French, click to next, and there is my complete details which are entered on earlier, like personal name, date of birth, gender, phone number, and so on and so forth. If you want to check that, you can click on back to edit that. Like I'm gonna edit it, and this is my disable notification, right? Once you enter the submit information, submit registration, you are able to see the last one page. Registration completed. But when I click on submit another form, I am able to see the first one page has been appeared inside there. The whole thing is responsive. I'm going to open the small screen size. In the small screen size, I'm able to see everything is great on there. And this is my false information from okay. So hit there and I'm getting the steps, how many steps you want to complete that. And this is the first step. Title is personal info. So cool project. I will teach you everything step by step. So let's get started to create the project and install the Tailwind CSS, lucide icons, and React.js also. So guys, I have installed the Tailwind CSS, React.js, and also lucide icon, and also I have made the multi-step form component that will help us to display the complete details inside the web page. So I need to design this one form, and once I will design it, then I will teach you how you can use the logic to display the progress bars, how you can display the icons, and many other things. So let's get started to design that from scratch, right? guys, I've used basic styling to design the application, but we need to add the logic. On behalf of logic, we need to display the icon, progress bar, and some other content. So let's get started to work on the logic. So I'm going to create a folder. I'll write the folder name context. Inside the context, I will create a file from context.jsx. Inside this one file, I need to create a variable from, write the name from context, and write the create context function, which will help us to generate the context. Next thing, I'm going to create export const use from context and use context. Inside that, I need to pass from context. The third thing, I need to create a export const from provider. In there, I'm going to use parentheses and I need to pass children, right? And I'm going to show you how you can use it. Inside that, I'm going to create a state. The first one is current state, and you set current state. By default, I use a state. By default, it's 1. The next thing is very important. We need to create a steps and values, and we need to assign the values, guys. So let me show you steps. Const steps object, and the first one I'm going to send the ID 1, title should be personal info, and description is basic information, like that. And I'm going to make copies, just change them and change the names, like contact detail. This will be preferences, this will be a review, and we need to change the descriptions on each object. This is the final check. That will be customize experience, and this will be how to reach. I will use this steps as object based and get the 1 by 1 value from there, and I need to display the progress bar and also title on behalf of these 4 numbers. So let's continue to work. Create a variable value, and I need to destruct the values like step. I need to use the step with another file, and also this one from return, write the form context dot provider. The value should be your value variable, which is coming from there, and in there you need to use curly bracket and children. That's it. The next step, you need to use this one in the app.jsx. Once you use that, then you can access all of the information which is used inside there with any file which you have used inside the application. So what I'm going to do on there, I'm going to use form provider and paste that. That's it. Then I'm able to access these details with my this one file or another file. I can use that. So let me show you how you can use that. So let's say I need to get this one steps, the object data. So how I can access that? Let's say I use const curly bracket steps, same name, and just use what form context, use form context, right? And let's try to access them in the console. What I'm going to get that I'm getting values, guys, as you can see. The description, this is the ID1, title is, and so on and so forth. The second, how to reach. Okay, I will fix it. How to reach. Right, guys, let's say I access the step 1 in the index for 1. I'm getting the ID like this one, as you can see. I hope you understood as well all about it, how you can access them. Great. Let's try to extract the another content like current step. By default is 1, and I'm going to use them. I'm going to show you how you can use them, but before using the logic, I just show you how you can access them. I'm getting one value. It is coming from this one file. If I change the step like 2, I'm getting the second value, right? Refresh your page, as you can see. I hope you understood as well all about it, guys. Okay, by default, I'm gonna assign the 1, and I'm gonna leave this one. Next step, I need to create a folder. On this one folder, I will add the icons. Create a folder name, write any name as you want, and there I'm gonna use icons. I use icons. In the icons, I will add the icons like username, not username but user. I use export clones step icons from the ID base user, which is coming from my lucide icon, and same thing I'm gonna use on the smell, and that will be settings. Okay, the fourth one, lock. Okay, and same thing I'm gonna use it on there is and get the step icons. Just remove the s and add this. Let's say I need to display the user, right? So I'm gonna use user. Let's say I use user. This is a user, guys. Let me copy that and I'm gonna paste after this one, so you will be able to see the user, guys, in the page. Step icon is not a function. Okay, just remove it and use that. Okay, something is wrong, so give me a second, I just check that. User step icons, what are utility? It's perfect. Give me a second. I use refresh a page if something is wrong. User is not defined. Here's a sign, but where is problem is multi-step form, line number 12. Okay, here. Okay, great. So let me try it. Need to get that. Here's multi-step form, so I'm gonna display it in there. Let's say user. So it should be displayed, but I'm facing problem. User is not defined. User, and from my file name is step icons like this. Save the file and it should be displayed. Nope. Let me check it, guys. Give me a second. Okay, guys, the problem is I do not call them like this way. I will call in with the help of ID based, right? So give me a second. I will show you how you can access them. So just remove it, use console.log, step icons. Okay, and I'm getting the data. As you can see, this is symbol name and this is ID. On behalf of this one ID, I will access them, right? So yeah, so let's try to access one, and I'm getting the symbol one, as you can see, right? So how you can access them, I will show you in the logic section, right? Okay, so guys, we will able to use the logic to display the progress bar and also icon. And let me show you how you can display the icon inside your web page. So I use steps dot map, passing the two parameter step and the index. Inside there, I need to get a const icon. I need to get the icon, right? So I target step icons, but like this one file name, which is this, and I have assigned the index values, right? So inside that, I need to pass a step like this one, and inside there have a ID which is coming from there, like 1 2 3 4. On behalf of this one, I will get the icon. So let me show you in the console, okay, because icon like that, and let's refresh a page. As you can see, guys, I'm getting the icons, right? Cool. And let me show you how you can display that. Let's create a variable is active. The current step is equal to triple step. Step.id is completed. Current step greater than is step.id. Step.id. So I have three variables, which is icon is active is completed. On behalf of these variables, I will display some content inside my web page, and I will display the progress bar as well. So let's get started to work on it. Why? Give me a sec. Okay, I need to use return, and the data will be appearing in the web page. Okay, so the first step, flex item should be center, and the key I will use, the key is step.id. Inside there, I'm gonna use the, I'm getting the problem by getting the closing. So give me a second. I will leave the return keyword and I will add the return keyword on later after assigning the classes, guys. So let's design the okay. Inside there, I'm going to use a little template and assign the items some classes, and also I will use the conditional rendering on there. So let me show you how you can use that. After that, I use is completed, then display the bg gradient right side from green 500 to red 600, and the border should be green, border should be green 500, and text should be white, shadow scale should be 110. Okay, okay. And the next condition I'm going to use is active, So I need a BG gradient of from blue 600 to indigo indigo 600. Yeah, and border should be blue 600, text should be white, shadow LG, and scale should be 110. And the last one is PG white, border gray 300, text should be gray 400. So it is a basically progress bar, guys. So let me show you in the console in the browser, but you can't see that. Reason for it doesn't display anything. You need to use written keyword. Save the file, and as you can see, 4 icons, right? So yeah, so let's move on, and inside this one there I need to use is completed and display the check icon, otherwise display the icon, right? So check is not appear, so let me close it and save. Oh, what is this? Icon is completed, display the check. Let me okay, it is perfect. Let me close it, save the file. Yeah, it's perfect, but why I'm facing the problem to display the check is completed, check icon. Let me find out the problem, guys, give me a second. 31. Okay, without using that I'm gonna use check icon. If this icon is up here, yeah, I'm getting the icon inside there, but when I call the icons like this one, I'm facing a problem. So let me write that something is wrong, guys, so I need to find out the problem. 1 2 3 4, and yeah, guys, mail, and we need to get the lock on there. So I think it should be display. Yeah, I'm getting the icons, guys. As you can see, this is user icon, mail, setting, and lock. Yeah, you can use lock or whatever the name you will use on there. So let's move on there, and I'm gonna use the conditional best. The first one is completed, means the progress bar is completed, and then display the check icon, right? Check, otherwise display the icon, and we need to assign the classes, which should be at, height should be at, same thing on the class name, width should be at, height should be at. So I'm going to save the file and look at that, guys. I'm going to refresh my page, and I'm getting the icons. As you can see, this is these are icons coming from your this one file. Cool. Let's move on. And after this one there, okay, I'm facing the problem. Okay, I use my text should be sender, and I need to get that text and display that, right? So in the paragraph tag, I need to target my step dot id. So you'll get this step. As you can see, 1 2 3 4 create, but I will use the different styling on there. Is class text should be SM, font should be bold, font bold, and I use is active to display the text should be blue 600. Is completed. Then I need to use text should be green 500, otherwise text should be gray, right? 500. We'll save the file and look at that, the steps. So 1 2 3 4. Okay, and yeah, I will change the title as well, so give me a second and just copy it, and I'm going to paste on there. Just change it as a step dot title. Save the file, you will get the title. As you can see, step 1, personal info, contact detail, preferences, and so on and so forth. And also I need to use same logic to display the description, right? So let me in the title, where is title? I use text extra large. Okay, and this will be description, and there we go, guys. You can see step 1, and yeah, I'm getting the data. So the data is coming from this one file, and with the help of step, I've used the map method to get the data from there one by one and display that inside this one page. I hope you are understood as well all about it. So let's move on. After the description, this is a paragraph tag, this is the first one, this is the next one. Let me check that. Yeah, outside of this one div, I use index less than step dot length, decrease the one value, and we need to display the some content, and in there I'm going to use conditional rendering. The first one is I'm going to use hidden in the small screen size display block. This is a basically small screen size based, and height should be 1. Margin left and right, I'm going to add 6, rounded full, transition I will use all, duration 500, and just use step, not a step, current step, greater than your step dot id. Then I need to use why this $sign. Okay, give me a second. This step id, I need to use column question sign, and I will use bg gradient to r from green 500 to red emerald 600. So okay, and the other system now use bg gray 200. So save the file and look at that, guys. When you will change the step, let me show you. I use 2, and as you can see, this is a green sign has been appeared inside there, and this is my next step. But also we need to display the progress bar and many other things. I need to design that. So in the smaller screen size, you should be able to see different things, as you can see, right? Okay, great. Let's use the progress bar on there. Okay, so mobile progress bar, in there I'm gonna add it step, current step of steps dot length, yeah, dot length, and there I need to use step current step dot -1 dot title. You should be able to see in the small screen size the titles. Give me a second. As you can see, personal info, and when you will change the position, I mean current step value, you will get the different result. Let's add the progress bar, right? Where I will use this div. Okay, give me a second. I need to use div and paste on there, and there I need to use star and width on behalf of current step divided by steps dot length times by 100. And yeah, I'm getting problem by using little template, and the closing should be in there, and also I need to use modules. After this one I need to use module, and also I need to add the classes in there, which should be full bg gray 200 and rounded full height should be 3 overflow. Let me save the file, and I can't see the progress bar. Okay, between them I need to display that, so let me check that why I'm not getting the progress bar. So let me check the first one. I need to check the classes, guys. This widthful PG gray 200 on full height should be 3 over and style width current step times by it is perfect, but I don't know why I'm going to get the progress bar. I need to display that, but let me check that. Give me a second. Guys, I think this is a small screen size progress bar, so let me reduce my screen size, and there we go, guys. As you can see, and the background color is gray and my progress bar is blue, so which is this one, right? And right now in the top is a progress bar. Basically it is a small screen size progress bar, right? So let's move on, and I will add the content on there on later, and also I need to display the conditional rendering on there as well by display the different type of buttons on there. So let me, okay, this is very important. This is the next step, and I need to remove that, and I'm going to use the conditional rendering on there to display the next button if my current step is completed. I use the current step less than steps dot length, then I need to display my this one button, otherwise I need to display my this one button, right? Let me save the file. You are able to see only on next step, but when you will hit the 4th step, let me show you in a minute. 4, save the file. As you can see, the submit registration has been appeared, and I'm getting different type of things on there. Okay guys, I hope you understood it well. So let me change that to display the 1, and let's move on in the multi-step form. And where is progress bar? Guys, let me find out the important thing which is there to display the basically progress bar is a background color. So index less than steps. So here's my mistake. So I'm going to save the file, and it should be displayed the small progress bar, as you can see. When I will change the position on index 1, I mean current step 1 to 2, as you can see, this is a progress bar has been appeared. So this is a little bit of my confusion inside there. I need to target my steps, which is coming from my tab, and when I use the step, it means I am using the map method to get the data from there. Cool. So let's design the button tag and also display the content inside there. So let's see the button tag, and BG gradient. This is submit registration, but inside there I have a next button, right? So I will use the different things on there, guys. Flex atom center and rounded to Excel text. I'll remove this one, and I'm gonna use font simple. So let's look at that, and same thing I'm gonna do on the previous button like there. So just remove these. I will use my own style. Okay, and also I will use the conditional rendering on there as well. So let's add I use conditional rendering on there is current step is equal to 1, then I'm gonna add the BGK 100, text should be K 700. When hover the mouse, BGK 50, shadow LG, hover shadow XL, and border gray 200. Transform, when I hover the mouse, negative translate Y means top and bottom one, and why I'm getting the problem. Okay, PG gray. Let me PG gray. Current step 1, PG gray 100, text gray 400, and cursor not allowed. And if this will be positive, then display, otherwise this data. It should be okay. but when you will get the step 2, you will get the different steps, as you can see, right? But also I need to check the style as well on the PG gray 100, text gray 400 because not a load, and PG gray PG. Okay, I'm gonna change that. Give me a second, guys. I will change PG white. Text should be gray 700. How about the noise? PG gray 50. And shadow algae. So guys, there we go, right? So the main thing is I need to display the content inside there, right? So let me show you how you can use the logic. Very simple and very cool thing you can do that. So you need to move on the top, and in the top on there, give me a second. Okay, in the top, guys, in the top. So I'm going to create a function, just use a render step content, and I need to assign inside there. I need to use switch statement, and I'm going to target, give me a second, switch statement, and I'm going to target my current step. Current step means this one. On behalf of this one, guys, I will display the different things. Let me show you. Give me a second. Case 1. If the case 1 is exist, then I need to return what you want to return. So I'm going to create a component, personal info state.jsx, write the RFC, and I need to display that on behalf of step 1, right? Okay. Current step. Return personal. Okay, that's perfect. Right, and by default I will use, if there is nothing in the step, I just need to return null. Alright, and why I'm getting the problem on the current step. Okay, it is beyond there, but and yeah, so copy that and copy the function, guys, remember. Okay, I will cut that and paste inside there. This function you need to move on down, and where you have used the rendering, okay, and there just paste up there. You should be able to see your content inside this one section, right? And also I will use another things. If the case should be 2, give me a second, I will create another component. I like a contact info step and write the basic structure. Remove the step, remove the contact info step, and you should be able to see the second step. But I need to complete all of the steps. In the third step, I will create a component, preferences step JSX, and you should be able to see that. Give me a second, I will show you. In the fourth one, if the our case should be matched with our step number 4. So I need to display review step.jsx, write the RFC. Okay, so I remove all of the things and just okay, and this will be a review. This will be in just a minute. Preferences, says step. Okay, and this will be review step. Give me a, just copy that and I'm gonna paste on. And also I need to move on there, copy that, just paste on. It should be displayed. Okay, so let me show you how you can display the different things on there. So in the first one page, I'm getting the personal info step, which is coming from my this one component. But when I will change the position of there, you should be able to see contact info like this one did. I change it to display the third one. You should be able to see third component, right? And same thing you can do there to display the fourth one, right? So I'm gonna use the default is 1, and we will design this one component, and one by one I need to create a design all of the components. Then I will show you how you can use the logic, and yeah. So guys, we're gonna work on the logic to display the dynamic errors and handle the input fields. So we're gonna work on that. So I need to move on there, and the first one I need to use the 1 to display the first one, input field details. The next thing is I need to move on the preferences, not preferences, with form context. I need to create a functions, but before creating functions, I need to create a states. The first state, which is errors, and set errors. Assign the user state empty object. The next state I need to create that, which be form data, set form data, and in there I need to use user state. Inside there I have a file which have a content like this one, so I just copy that and I'm going to paste on them. So here is my object name, personal info, contact info, and preferences object. On each object have different content, so I will use them to display the errors and also handle the input field, right? So yeah, we're gonna save the file. The next thing, I need to create a function that will help us to handle the input field validation. So I'm gonna create a validate step, passing the parameter, and there I'm gonna use const new errors and just get the same there and just copy that. Reason for copying it, I need to set the time, guys. Just set the file. So let me show you how does work here, guys. I target the step which is coming from the parameter in the function. If this will be equal to 1, means the current step default value is 1, have true, then come into the if body and find form data personal info first name, which is coming from there. As you can see, I'm targeting these values to validate the form, right? And after that have a second input field, second step. And the second step have a same thing to display that, but the important thing is I just use set errors and I target the new errors as object which I have made on them. The last and final thing you need to use, return object keys, and in there you need to pass the new errors object dot length equal to 0. So this is our function which will help us to handle the input field, and also this object will help us to handle the input fields, right? It means we need to get the data from input field and we're gonna store the value in the each object best. Okay, so the next step I need to use them. Give me a second. So in there I need to set the form data, and then we need to pass the errors like this one. So inside there have all of the content. So I'm gonna use comma and paste that. Now let's close that, close this one, close review, and just open the first one, form. So in the personal step you need to destruct the value. So let's do that. I'm gonna use const form data, and also I need to get the errors, right? Use form context. So let me write this simple thing, form data comma errors, what you will get inside the console. So let me open that. I'm getting two objects, guys, as you can see, first and second object, but I'm facing problem. Okay, let me check that. Form data errors. Okay. Set form data, new form data. Perfect. Give me a second. Use context. Okay, give me a second, guys. Give me a second. I just check that what I'm getting. Okay, I'm getting the data, guys. As you can see, contact info. On the contact info have a different of things, and yeah, we are getting there. So I need to move on there, and let me check the error as well. Here is the error, nothing inside the error because I need to add the errors, right? So the first thing is you need to find out your first input field. In the first input field, you need to assign the value. The value should be farm data. Inside there have a personal info, which is this, and inside there have a user, not user, first name. You can use same logic to get the second input field value like that, and just change it to last name, and then we need to move on there, and just on that will be date of birth like that. Copy, just paste on there. Let's move on and copy, and we need to select the value from there, guys. So yeah, and the value should be this. No, I need to use that. So we are getting the values, and we are store the value in the farm data. By default, have nothing on the first input, last input, date of birth. You can't see any value, but when you will add the value using input field, the value will be stored in the farm data and particular object. Let's add the errors dynamic way. So in order to display the errors in the dynamic ways, you need to target your errors. So I'm going to copy that, and here I use, if the error is first name is exist, then display this one there. Cut it and just paste on there, and here you need to target errors dot first name. That's it. And yeah, we're gonna add the conditional rendering to display the red border. So I'm gonna add it is, if errors dot first name is exist, then I need to use border red 400, focus border red 500, and focus ring red 500 to 20. Otherwise my input field border color should be gray 200. When I hover the mouse, we should be use border gray 300. So I will use same logic to display the different things inside there, as you can see. But when you will use this one button, then you will get the error. When you will enter something, the error will be gone, right? So let me copy each thing, and I'm gonna paste on there, and just change the name is last name. The values are coming from there, as you can see. First name is required, last name is required, right? I hope you are understood as well all about it. Let me add date of birth, and I don't need to add the logic on there. The next step is I need to add the values. I already mentioned the values, but I need to add the conditional rendering. Give me a second. Okay, I just copy that, and I'm gonna paste on there, and in there I need to use last name, right? And let me use on there is this will be date of birth, and the last one I don't need to add anything else inside it. Right, so we are successfully added the values, but I'm facing the problem. Okay, I will manage it on handle change event. Means when user will add something inside the input field, I need to get the data from there, and we can store the data on my current object, like this one object, on behalf of the function, but I will create the function on later. So I'm gonna close this one because I don't need that, and I'm gonna open my second step. In the second step we need to use same thing, so I'm gonna open that same thing. So where is my personal info? So just copy that and paste on there, use same logic, but the thing is you should be change few things. Okay, so copy. Okay, I need to remove it and add it, and that would be okay. So form data, after the form data you need to select the contact info, right? And the contact info have a values like email, so you need to get that and paste on there. Okay, which will handle your input field. And same thing I'm gonna do on there. This will be a phone, so just copy that and just paste on there, right? Get that, and this will be address, so just get that and paste on the address. City, just make a copy, paste the city, copy the complete code, and we're gonna paste on them, right? And I think here's the last one, so I just get that and we're gonna paste on there. Just copy the zip code and we're gonna paste on. That's it. The next step, we need to add the validation, means error handling. So I just get that, the simple code. You need to move on the top and find out there is this. Just target the values. This is email, so just target the email. Errors.email is exist to display the particular error email message, and we're gonna add same logic on there. But before using the same logic, I just copy that and I'm gonna paste it with my all of the content. Okay, the next one is phone. So just paste that, and there we need to use the address, and this will be address. Let me check the address. Address, new address. Okay, yeah, perfect. And I'm gonna get that, just paste on there and use city, and this will be city. So the last and final thing is zip code, so we can add the zip code on there. Zip code and zip code. So the final step, we need to add the conditional rendering on there to display the error different color combinations. So I'm going to copy that and just move on there and just paste that, and I'm going to target the same thing, zip code, and in there have a city, just use city and paste on there. Just change address, and this will be email, and no, this is the email, but this is a phone number. This is phone, and yeah, and also I need to use phone on there. And last one is email, so I'm gonna paste that and write the email. So guys, I have successfully add the validation and also input handling. Means I will get the values from input field and we're gonna store the value in the form data. But the next thing is we need to create the function which help us to get the data from input field, and we're gonna update the data and store the data inside my current object. So as you can see, this is my second step, right? Everything is perfect on there. You can't see any error inside there, but when you will press the button, then you will get the error. But we need to create the function on this one button. So let's move on our code editor and create the function. I'm going to close that. Create the function that will help us to update the record, right? So after this one, I'm going to create a function, update form data, passing the two parameter and data in this section, and there I'm going to use set form data. I need to update the state where it is here. When user will enter something inside the input fields, I need to get the data, and we're gonna store the data on my each object details like first name, last name, date of birth, gender, and so on and so forth, right? And also we will remove the error when user will enter the information on the input field. So I'm gonna add the function, right, and use parenthesis, curly bracket. Step number 1, you need to select the previous, means make a copy of the previous parameter, use comma, and write the parameter names section on there. This is the key, and the value I'm gonna get as object best. The index number, I'm gonna get the index number is section, comma, and the value is Twitter. So this is my update function. After that, I need to remove the errors from my input field. So I need to get the function, and when I need to pass on there. Once you pass it, copy that. You need to move on the personal info, and you need to pass on there. Once you do that, then you need to use that to handle the input fields. So let's create the function on there. I'm going to use handle change, passing that to parameter, same thing, and in there I'm going to use update form data, which is coming from my context API file like this one. In there we need to pass two parameters. First one is your value name, which object value you want to update that. So I'm going to use on there my personal info, which is coming from my this one file, and let me show you like this one. Just copy and paste on them. The next thing you need to do, use comma, use spread operator, form data, which is coming from there, and dot personal info, comma, use an array based have a fields colon value, right? And we're gonna use that function on my input fields when user will change the value, right? Let me write on change event, handle change, and write the name, first name. This is a object key name. Let me show you this one. Use comma and use e.target.value. Use same logic to get the data from other input field. Just change the name. This will be last name, so just use last name, and that will be date of birth. So I need to use let me check the date of birth like this, copy and just paste on there, right? So I also copy this one, and this what is the name of the gender, okay, just get that and paste on there. And also I need to change this one as well. This is the guy's personal of gender, right? So this is my mistake to assign the value on there. So it is perfect. So we can use same logic with my contact info step. So just give me a second. The function name is, just get that function on there, and I'm going to create a same function like this one, copy and just paste on there. We need to change this one detail on there is contact info, form data.contact info, and same thing I'm going to use on there. And we're going to use the same logic like this and use on change event he on what is the name, handle change, and on there we need to use, this will be email e.target.value. So give me a second, and I'm going to use same logic to assign the same thing with my this one, just copy and paste on there. And yeah, we're going to use same thing. And get that, and I'm going to paste on there. This will be city, and let me, okay, last one is zip code. So I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste on there. Just use zip code on there, right? So that's perfect. And yeah, so we have successfully designed the function which will help us to update our input fields. Means I will add something, then the data will store inside my object. But the next thing is very important. I need to create a function that will help us to manage the if main. Means I need to click on that to move the next input field or next step. If have any error, then I need to display the error inside my input field. So let's create the function, right? So before creating that, I'm going to use it. This one is 1, and we're going to create a function, guys, for handle the next and previous button event. So next, I need to create a function next step. If the validated step is exist on the current step, so I need to use set current step, passing the parameter previous. Write the function math.main previous increment one value step dot length. I can create another function that will help us to use the previous button event previous step, and without using anything, just use set current step previous math.max previous and negative by 1, 1. So I need to copy the function name and I'm going to pass on there. Same thing, you can do that. So let's move on our multi-step form because we have a button inside there. So I just copy that and I'm going to paste on there. Next step, and this is the previous step, right? So let's find out, and give me a second. I need to check if there's something. Give me a second. So here is the previous button and here is the next step. Okay, just next step. Okay, great. So here's a button, and after this one I just use on click event and calling the next step function on there. Copy that, and we need to use same thing, but on there I'm going to use previous system. So let's try to execute that. So by default it's disabled, but when I click on it, I'm getting the errors, right? First name, last name. Let's add the value and write one more time. I'm getting the error. As you can see, both lines are appear as a red line, but I can't see the error, right? So we're gonna fix it. Give me a second, I will check it. I need to also display the error, guys, so I'm gonna check it. Give me a second. Click to next. The next form is up here. Let's try it and write something. In the next contact form, everything is perfect. Let me write email. Click on it. Yeah, my first input field have completed. I can't see any more inside the error, but I'm able to see the error have appeared in the next input fields like phone number and so on and so forth. So we're gonna fix the error, fix the issue, guys. Let's try to execute this one event. I'm able to see the next one step, guys. We're gonna fix the issue. So I need to move on my personal info detail, and I need to check the errors. The errors not first name, and yeah, perfect. But here is a problem, so I need to update this one is a errors dot last name, and this will be errors dot date of birth. And yeah, I don't need to display the error inside there. So yeah, refresh your page, write the next, write something. I'm getting the error with another input fields. Great. So let's work on the preferences page. So let's say what happened in there. So I'm gonna use yeah. So here is a page. We're gonna fix the issue. I mean this one event. I can enable or disable that, and also I need to get the data from there, and we need to update my preferences object. So let's work on that. So I need to move on the preferences. Go to top, const destruct your data from your context type here, from data and data, and update from data. Use context, use from context. Okay, and the next thing, I need to create the function, send function. Give me a second, I just copy that to save the time. This one, just copy it and you need to paste on there. Okay, form data. Why I'm getting the problem on there? Okay, this is the form data, right? And update form data. Why this? Okay, I will fix it. Give me a second. I just copy the title of this. We're gonna fix the, but I need to, okay, it should be perfect, right? So I need to change the name handle toggle, right? And I'm going to create the same function but change the name handle select. I will show you what happened. I'm going to use the different way to same function, right? So let's see how we can do that. And use subscription. The first one I need to find new subscription button. But also, okay. Also, I need to add the values, guys, on there. So yeah, I use farm data dot preferences and the small p dot use letter is exist. So I need bg gradient r from value 500 to value 600, right? And otherwise and also I'm going to use a shader LG. Otherwise I need to use BG grade 300. So let's see. Right, cool, but it doesn't work. Okay, so let's add the event on click and execute the function handle toggle. Passing the parameter is newsletter, comma, the second is not form data dot preferences dot newsletter. It should be work, not, it doesn't work. Newsletter, let me check that. Newsletter, okay, a newsletter. Okay, last thing I need to do, guys, form data dot preferences dot newsletter. If this will be exist, then I need to move on transform translate x6, otherwise translate x -1. Okay, it should be no. Okay, let's try to move on there, and I'm gonna open the directly third one because I need to work on it. I don't need to enter all of the information one by one. So let's check it now what happened on there. Form data preferences newsletter, translate x6 to 1, preferences newsletter. Okay. Bye. Let me check the console if have a error. Update form data is another function. Okay, but the problem is here, right? So let me, this is a function, but why I'm getting the problem on there, guys? Okay, the problem is key, and so let's try it. Not push it, click on that. No, update form data, preferences. Okay, the next mistake is p is large, so I need to use p is long. So it should be, yeah guys, it's working as you can see. Also I'm getting the value. When you will enable it, you will get the enable message and the last screen size. So I can use same thing with my next event like there. So what I'm going to do on there, I just copy this one $sign to green, and I need to pass on there, right? So it should be displayed the perfect thing on there. But on there I'm going to use the next thing. What? Notification. Right, so notification and handle toggle event. Just copy that and paste on there. This is the notification, form data and notification like that, and yeah, it's perfect. The last, this is lost, so what I'm going to do, I just copy that and we're gonna paste on there. Right, so it is also working. I think not moving. Reason for not moving, I need to change it. Yeah, it's working, guys. So also we need to get the data from there, so let's move on. So no, I don't need to get the data from there. And yeah, I need to get the data from there because I need to, give me a second, I need to target them, guys. Right, so yeah. So guys, we're gonna use everything from scratch on there because I do not work on that. And we're gonna select this one, and I'm gonna add the first one is value. The value is coming from the farm data dot preferences dot theme, and I use onChange event. Then I need to select the handle select event, passing the first parameter is theme, the next one is e.target.value. Right, so yeah, we're gonna use same logic like this one to get the language from there. Right, so we paste on there, and this will be language. Okay, language. Let me check that, give me a second. Yeah, language, copy, just paste there, paste the language there. Right, cool. And I'm able to get the language from there. And the last and final step is we need to display all the information which I have entered on earlier on this one page. So let's work on that. So yeah, I need to move on this last one step. Save the file. So I need to display all of the information one by one on them. So let's work on that. So here's the review. In the review, I need to get the data from my farm data. Just get that, and we need to display that one by one. Farm data, and use farm context like that. Let's use them one by one. Okay, so this is the personal information, the full name, farm data.personal info.first name. Make a same copy, just change that as last time, so you should be able to see. I can't see because I'm getting directly on this one page. I'll show you how you can use that. Give me a second. Copy and paste on the logical data. On there, I need to use date of birth or not specified. If user doesn't exist, doesn't enter the date, so I need to execute that, right? And yeah. So this will be channel. On there I need to use channel. Right, same thing I'm gonna use on there. Should be, this will be address, not this one, is contact info ML, and just y. Okay, great. This will be phone number, contact info, phone, just phone, and this will be address. I'll copy address, comma, and this will be city, comma, and this will be a zip code. Right. Now let's move on. So this inside there, not inside there, I just use on there is farm data dot preferences dot newsletter is exist bg crane 500, otherwise bg crane 400. Right, and the next one is I'm going to tell you that use form data preferences that newsletter is exist, just use enabled, otherwise use disabled. Right, so let's move on, and I'm going to use same logic like this one, copy and this, give me a second, I just check that where I need to add that. Okay, I will use class with 3 height should be 3, rounded full mr2. Okay, and give me a second, and I'm gonna use same logic like this one with class name, and yeah, we can use like this. Okay, great, but I need to change it as notification, right? And yeah, same thing, okay, this is notification. Okay guys, I have invalid information, so just give me a few seconds. I'm gonna undo that because okay, I use same thing but the newsletter is stopped. So what I'm gonna do, I just copy that and paste on there. This is the newsletter, and same thing I'm gonna use on this newsletter, but inside there I have a notification, so just change it, notifications, copy and paste on there. That's perfect, right? I am getting the enable disable, and here is some mistake in my designing, but I will fix it on later. Alright, so let's move on to get that data from my theme, right? So where is the theme? Okay. And I'm going to use it from data dot preferences dot theme and get that and paste on there. You should be able to see preferences dot languages, and also I'm going to use the function that will help us to uppercase the characters, right? So yeah guys, uppercase is another function to uppercase. Okay, great. Right, cool. So let's try to execute the project, and I'm gonna move on there. The first one, let's see what you will get. Close that, right? Admin 2, and I'm gonna add the date of birth, should be like this, gender male, move on the next. And the first, I'm going to enable that and select the dark mode, language is Spanish, select next. So I'm getting first name, date of birth, male, gender, my email, phone number, full address, and yeah, newsletter enable and notification also enable, but notification have a disabled. Why? Let's try to disable both of them. New subscription is working perfectly, but where is a review here? So let me find out the problem. News is working perfect. Found data preferences newsletter, and found data preferences notification. Let's check it now what happened on there. If have any mistake, where it is, it's perfect. Farm data preferences disabled. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Let's move on the preferences page, and this is a theme. Okay guys, here's my problem guys. So let me check that one more time. Newsletter, it is perfect, but here is I think push notification, form data preferences, notifications. Yeah, here is a mistake guys. So I need to target that. It's notifications. So it should be okay, enabled, but I enter both of enable. I'm getting the enables, correct. And also give me a second, I check that guys, why I'm getting the that have it outside of there. So this is a newsletter. Okay, I will fix it. Give me a second. Guys, give me a second. I will fix it. Okay. And so I need to move on my top. And this is a H3. Just copy that and paste on there, right? So the contact information you need to change. This will be preferences, not preferences. Yeah, preferences. Okay. And inside there I'm going to change the name of the icon is settings, right? Okay, save the file. Yeah, preferences is up here, and yeah, it is preferences. The next thing is I need to get that, not get that, outside of this one, and character grid calls 1 and the grid calls 2, and gap should be 6, right? So I add all of the information on there. Just one by one, cut that, paste on there, cut that, paste on there, and I think it should be solve the problem. Okay, and now to this one I'm going to paste on there, save the file, and yeah guys, I'm getting perfect result on there. Dark theme, English, and so on and so forth. The last and final step is I need to click on that, then I need to display the completed information card. And also we need to display the button when user will click on that to restart my event, right? So let's get work on that. So guys, I need to move on our core data and select my form data. I need to create the function. Also, I will create another function that will help us to reset my code. But before creating that, I need to make a handle submit. Const handle submit. And I'm gonna add it. If the validate step, the current step is exist. If you want to display the data in the console, so I just use that form submitted, which data, form data, and just copy that, and I'm gonna paste in there. Copy this one function, move on the multi-step form component, move on the top and paste there. You need to move down, okay, and I think I need to create the function, guys. So give me a second. Handle submit. No. Okay, here is. I need to use on click handle submit. So once it will be, and let me check that. Okay, also I need to move the set submitted, but we need to create a state, guys. Give me a second. I need to create a state which is submitted, set is submitted. Here's a state, and just copy, cut that, and use as array paste, right? So, and I need to copy this one. I want to use on there. Set is submitted is true. By default, it is. I'm gonna assign this false. So also I need to copy that and move down, and I'm gonna pass on that. Right. So on behalf of is submitted means it will be true. Then display the card, which I use to display something inside my web page. So in there I'm going to use the first one. I need to use is submitted. If the submitted, I need to use return. You have submitted successfully. I just display some message and some text on there, and we just copy that. Let's see. Yeah, it's perfect. So let's try to execute that. Write something. Okay, it is okay. I just use that. Okay, I'm gonna add a random data. I just checked that it's working or not. Yeah, guys, I'm getting the you have successfully form submission. Okay, so we need to design the simple thing on there, and also we need to display the button. When user will click on that, user will able to see the first one page. All right. So yeah, we're gonna design the simple logic on there. So let's design it. we have designed that, but the last thing is we need to create a function that will help us to handle this one button. When I click on it, then I need to redirect my first one page. So let's work on the last function. So I'm gonna use const reset form, and I'm gonna add the set current step. I need to assign the default things. Set is submitted should be false, set errors should be nothing, set form data should be nothing, form data. So I need to move on the top, and we just copy the default things and we're gonna paste on there. Copy that, and we need to pause on there. Copy that, and there is a multi-form step, and event I need to use on click like this one, but we need to destruct them on there. Okay, let's try it. I'm able to see first one page, guys. So guys, I hope you are understood as well all about how you can use React.js and also Tailwind CSS to create a multi-step form from scratch. I hope you have learned a lot of things from this one video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.